Got the fent out. Just showing him what to do. Tractor's not slipping in. When we dropped the drill off here, we decided that we'd be using the drill before the fertiliser spreader. As it happens, it's still wet, so we're not using the drill yet, but we want the fertiliser spreader from behind it. And we've got the edge cutter and the drill in the way, annoyingly. We think if we just move the edge cutter, we might be able to reach in with the mini Merlot and carry the fertiliser spreader back, so long as it moves past them tines. Should just, I think. Need one of them lifty things for the front. Hey Morgan. Yeah. We have to put some mousse in that. I think it's keeps going soft, and also it's saying that the coolant's low, but it's super sensitive. I only have to drop a tiny little bit in that window, and it says it's low. We've got the fent out. We decided that the drill's going to be easier to move than the edge cutter. Although it's bigger, it's you don't need to put all the hydraulics in to lift that up and move it quick. We were going to swap the spreader for one that worked on Isobus, then we wouldn't need all these cables and to mount all these bracketry, but we're trying to find a bracket now to mount if we go from there to there. There's different sizes as well. Oh. Right, we've finally got everything mounted in the cab now on ram mounts. So that's the spreader controls, that's the GPS for the spreader. And we're just waiting for a signal now. Got a new antenna this year because the other one, the wire in the back had got damaged. So this is a new one, but it's not loading up yet, so we might have to go back to the old one that is damaged, but at least it did work. Saying that, it's only been a minute, might still get some signal in a minute. Putting a little bit more weight in, because when we fill that up with 4 ton, it'll know it's got it on, so Morgan's just lifting the concrete block into the front. Hopefully gently without scratching anything. Just a little bit down, twisted a bit. Put it horizontal. I'll run round actually so you can hear me. Just put it a little bit flatter. Now the wind's on the microphone. Out a bit. Down on that now. In a little bit. No to you. That's it. Right. Just put it a bit flatter. Bit flatter. That's it. Down on that now. There we go. 11,840 we weigh. We're just going to do a calibration now on the spreader. This is the knife we use for opening the bag, so you don't have to climb underneath them. You know, it's not been used for a while, so I'm just going to sharpen it now with a whizzer. Proper sharp now, isn't it? Right. Spreading now. The cab is so quiet, you can't hear it coming out. Showing Morgan what to do. So I'm going to open that slightly, and then I can hear the spurt coming out that hole. Morgan's just jumped on now. Just showing him what to do. This is some barley, but if you look, in some places it's pretty decent. In some places where it's been a bit stressed with moisture, see sort of areas here where it's dying off and struggling. Interestingly, this field looks better that way, over there. This field was direct drilled, it'd only been straw raked, and this is the best field of barley we've got. Any that were worked to any depth or even just shallow have really held onto the water, and it's not got away and it's rotted the roots. We've even got the sun out now. You can see here, and then there's obviously a bit of compaction in this bit where the combine's been, so it's quite thin and it had a bit of slug damage. But these thinner plants that have only got a few shoots on, we really want them to bush out like these ones. So hopefully a bit of early fertiliser will get them going, is the plan. Looks quite good from this angle. He's just finished now, he's just heading to the gate for more. It's travelled really well though, to be fair, this tractor, but like I say, it's because it's been direct drilled, it's holding us up, and we've probably let the tyres down a bit more. From this angle, this field doesn't look too bad either. Just the odd wet patch. This is the field that we ploughed a bit, and it's a little bit soft. It's actually a bit harder that way, where we finished off with the sumo. I'll show you in a minute anyway. But on a whole, other than the headlands, it's pretty green. This is the headland. It's a little bit baldy in that corner, but and you can see a bit where the drill come on late in places at the other end of the field. It's not so bad. The far end of the field, a little bit poor on the headland, but otherwise it's pretty good. There's obviously been a miss with the drill there because it's a complete 12 metre square. I just wish all of the wheat looked like this. Morgan's got the drill out, he's going to put a bag of seed in it, and then we're going to try and patch up that flood. See how we get on. We did it last year with OSR and it grew, so we'll try now. It's probably a bit late, but we'll see what happens. Maiden voyage with the drill. Going to stitch this patch up, you see, where the pumps flood it. Ooh, bit of a sharp bend there. We're not sowing it over deep so it gets up and away pretty quick. Oh, not doing a bad job, look at that. Keypad out my mobile phone must have come out the ditch and they've dredged it. Seems to be working anyway. Quieter than the other one somehow. Must be the fan quieter. I hope it grows. It is a variety called Dawson, which should have been sown a lot longer ago, a lot earlier, but there's a sort of half a tonne left. We thought, well, we'll patch it up. It's the same variety that's in the field. Sometimes it needs cold weather to vernalise, so we'll see what happens. On this field of OSR, this is the only one that's made it. This is 65 acres out of 220. The rest has been written off with flea beetle damage. Then it was re-drilled, and then it just come too wet and too cold and just couldn't get going. So that will now be something else, probably spring barley. I'm actually quite pleased as well with this field, to be honest. It's quite sandy, and despite having spuds on the year before last, it's just recovered now. I think we had to sumo it twice to get it level again, but it looks good. From here it nearly looks perfect. I've just jumped off to show people that might be new to the channel that don't know what I'm doing or what a fertiliser spreader is. So bear with me if you know this. Well, basically it's a big hopper. You can see it's a hopper because it's got like a shape here to it. There and there. and you fill it with fertilizer, which are basically these little white beads. So this is at the moment we're spreading urea, so it's quite cheap. 46% of that is nitrogen. So it trickles out onto these discs that spin very fast, and they basically then, you see them that way better, they then throw it 36 meters, so 18 meters that way and 18 meters that way. As it goes along, the whole hopper is suspended on weigh cells. So I don't know if you see, but that frame is not attached to that frame other than through weigh cells. It knows how much weight is in the back of it. It knows how fast we're going by the GPS aerial on the roof, and the faster you go, the more a shutter in the bottom opens and lets it trickle out onto these discs. When we're spreading around the edge of the field, we don't want to spread it too wide into the hedge or the ditch, so a little flap in there adjusts where it drops it onto the disc, and depending on where it drops on the disc depends on how wide it then throws it. But that's a little quick brief explanation of how a fertiliser spreader works, because that's what we're doing today. So if you look at the floor now, it looks like someone's scattered polystyrene beads all over it, but it's not, it's fertiliser, and that will get washed in when it rains. And you can see, I can't believe how dry it's been travelling. I've already been down this once before, and I'm just about to go out now to finish the field, on to the next. Yeah, one last thing, it's also controlled by this box here. This is GPS telling me where I've done and where I've not done, and it's turning itself on and off automatically. And then this is controlling the weight, and this is what the scales are on. So now I've got 286 kilos left in the hopper at the back, so I'll go and fill up and go on to the next. Bit of fly tipping there. I'm just on my way back. Morgan's just going to try and patch this headland up. It's very wet just here, so he's just going to do sort of the inside of the field, and then if he can, then when he's got nothing left, he might do this bit, but it's drier over there, hopefully. Looks better, that field, looking this way than that way, but let's see what he can patch. Tractor's not slipping anyway. I just can't believe we've got it dirty already.
It's an old one.
That's an old one, but they've only just...
prototype one.
Is it? Oh, well, they're back in stock now. Anyway, Rob's just going to load Am now. Why is this beeping?
It's me.
Oh, is it that? All right. Rob's had the ball itch on the front of that because he's been moving a boat. So Stephen's rewiring a boat in one of our sheds at Brookhouse. So that's why that's like that. In fact, I might have a video of him putting it in. Anyway, I'm filled up now. Off I go. Just spilt a little bit now, so we're just going to brush it into the chip with the solace. I'm going to blame the Amazon man because he turned up and I turned round, and when I turned back it started overflowing. At Rainhill, and other than the late start from the drill maybe there, this looks pretty decent to be fair. So this field up here was sumoed because we thought it was compacted. It's lay wetter than the two next to it, which currently are fine. A lot more greener than this. Oh, the light's fading now. Morgan's just turned up to this field with the drill. Just doing a little bit of patching up on the headlands as well. Something tells me the GPS isn't on. Yeah, for some reason the drill isn't communicating with the GPS on the tractor properly, so I don't know why. We did obviously used to use the last drill on the Fent and the Valtra. I had it on the Valtra last when Morgan was driving, so where there's something not right, but we're going to come and have a little check of it, check everything's wired up properly. I went to put main beam on and put the tractor in neutral by mistake, and annoyingly I wasn't in auto on there because I got confused doing one of the tongue sharps in the corner, so there's going to be a bit of flat corn there because it's over applied it because it stopped. I just hope it grows. Now this is really going to confuse the people that fast forward the birthday bump back, because it is here. We've got Henry Saunders, Andrew from Hipshaw Farm, and Mark Hoskin is 44, and for some reason there's loads of reflection off the tractor lights on the camera screen. But yeah, all done for today I think now. I've done most of, well, Morgan's still patching up down there. I've done most of the winter corn that looks well, and some that looks a bit poor. There's a couple of fields tomorrow, but it'll be a bit tender for going on. We'll see if it's still dry in the morning. It's supposed to rain at dinner time. Have you had it dry today or have you had it wet? Let us know, and I'll see you all tomorrow.